Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, back with another What I'm Reading and Watching video. This is the weekly show where I talk about what manga and anime I've read over the past week, and contrary to the title, this will be an all manga episode. I don't have anything interesting to talk about, so it'll just be the usual series. You can find a list of all the series in the description below, as well as a list of times as for when they appear in the video to help you decide what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. And as usual, I don't give spoilers, and I will warn you ahead of time if I'm going to give a spoiler. So, like always, starting off with Toriko. This week was chapter 318, and this was a very cute and satisfying ending to the pair food arc. And I didn't really like the arc, especially the Monkey King, so I'm kind of happy that it's over, and it was a nice way to wrap everything up. Hopefully, in the next chapter, they will eat the fruit. They will eat pear. I keep calling it a fruit. I don't know what it is, and that was the next point that I wanted to talk about. What exactly is pear? Maybe they mentioned it. They probably showed, I forget his name, but the legendary gourmet chef who had pear in his full course meal. They probably showed what it was, but I don't remember. Um, so I don't think it's a fruit. It's probably one of the earlier sort of after appetizer meal things. So what else do I want to talk about? So if there is this going to wind up on Toriko's four course menu, I kind of hope it does, just because it would be cool. It would be interesting. Then we can start finding the next food, see more wacky gourmet world things, which I did enjoy. So the next chapter could be very interesting. Could show a lot of what's going to happen in the future. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Next up is Bleach, chapter 661. I really know what happened in this chapter. The end was shocking. The end was the best part of the chapter, and needless to say, the next chapter is going to be interesting. That's basically all I have to say about Bleach. I read it kind of fast. Weird little creatures that are going after the Soul Reapers. I don't really understand it. It didn't. Aside from the ending, there wasn't really anything important to talk about. Now, next chapter is or chapter next. Well, yeah, chapter. Next series is One Piece, chapter 781. This was a fantastic chapter. There was a lot of tension, and there is now a time limit on when they have to defeat Doflamingo by, so it's really sort of ramping up. There's like a clock. Now it's a race against the clock. That's the best way to put it. And I liked Law before this arc. I thought he was kind of a cool, interesting character, but now he's really becoming a great character, because before you didn't really know anything about him. He just was this tough guy wearing a cool hat, and now he's this great character. There's a lot of backstory, but especially in this chapter, he is so gutsy, and I like him. He's really cool. My favorite part of this chapter was the very end, that last page with Luffy. The next chapter is just going to be tense, and all hell is going to break loose. So this is going to be fun. That last page was just incredible. There's a glare in my glasses. Let's try that. Whatever. Next up is Nisekoi, chapter 164. I was talking to my friend about this chapter earlier today, and he actually said he didn't like it. I have the opposite opinion. I thought this was a really good chapter. Well, not really good. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. There is more information about the picture book that Raku and the mysterious girl had when they were kids, that Raku sort of changed the ending to, and that was the girl he made the promise with. So they're trying to figure it out, and one of the pages was missing, and last chapter they found the page. So there's a little more information about who this promise girl might be, and but at the same time, it's the usual Nisekoi. We're almost there. We're almost there. They're gonna say it. They're gonna nope. They're not gonna say it. Now the next chapter, I think it's going to be a fun chapter. I think it's going to be very funny. I don't think we're going to deal with the picture book that much more. I think after a few chapters, this is gonna go back to the regular Nisekoi one chapter story arcs with goofy humor. I have to say I've been missing the goofy humor a lot lately, but if Nisekoi is gonna be keeping this good as and not have the same goofy humor, I will take these chapters. Now, why is it so hard for them to put the key into Raku's lock and pendant? Um, why can't they just open his lock and find the picture of the girl and just see who the girl is? I don't understand why it's taking them so long to do this. I remember it was broken for a while, but I think it's fixed. The key was broken. I think that's fixed. So I don't know what's going on with this. I don't think anyone does, and it just bugs me that no character can. They get so close to decide, hey, let's open up the locker. Hey, I like you, and confessing their feelings. But at the last second, even if there's no distraction, they just decide not to say it. So anyway, I like this chapter. The ending was abrupt and not the same kind of cliffhanger that Nisekoi had in the previous months when I was really liking Nisekoi and I expressed that on the show. But nevertheless, I enjoyed the chapter. Next series is Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 112. There were really great color pages. The Shokugeki no Soma had the cover for Shonen Jump and a double page spread, both of which were really good. And this was a fantastic chapter. Just fantastic. This might be one of the best chapters this week. And Soma is an incredibly fast learner, and he has so much difficulty here, but he is doing his best. He is just incredible, and there are a lot of traits that he shows here and a lot of things that happen that I've seen in battle manga that I'm surprised apply to cooking. Cooking has never been this epic before. Maybe you thought it was epic like earlier chapters. This is incredible. Great artwork. The art always amazes me. And he just absorbs information. That's the kind of character Soma is. He doesn't care about his pride and how much time you have to yell at him. He will just absorb information and he will get better. Soma is going to become like the king of the chefs. I don't know if they haven't used that term. I'm just going to coin this right now. King of the chefs. This is going to catch on. So I do want to see if someone does become the best chef. One thing I want to see, maybe this will be the climax of the series, I want to see him face that girl, Irina Nakiri, the girl he made the omelet for in the not opening ceremony, in the to get into the school, his sort of opening test. I want to see him face her in like a shokugeki food fight. Next series is My Hero Academia, chapter 36. This was a good battle, an interesting fight, a little disappointing end. I was hoping it could have gone on a little bit longer, or at least make a cliffhanger into the next chapter, where both characters charge at each other and end the chapter right there, so you don't know what's going to happen. I think that would have been more interesting, because then you would have been more eager to read the next chapter. Aside from the fact that the series is good and you want to keep reading, the cliffhanger would give you more incentive. So that's what I would have liked. And I didn't think she had a chance, but she did well. And going in there, I think a lot of people knew this was going to be one of those fights where, sort of like Rock Lee and Gaara, no one thinks Rock Lee can win. He doesn't win, but he puts up such a great fight and has his moments. That's sort of what this was. And this reminds me of the Naruto Chunin exams, these one-on-one battles. Overall, it was a good chapter, one of the most entertaining fights. Of course, there were only 3 fights, so it's not that hard to be up there. Next up, or last chapter for this week, is Haikyuu, chapter 151. The final match has started. This, I said earlier, has been the most anticipated chapter for me, or the most anticipated group of chapters, just because I love this manga. I love sports mangas. I love sports. This is everything that I love, mixed with volleyball, something I don't know anything about, that I'm growing to love, that I'm enjoying a lot. This is very tense. Can Kakurasuno High, can they pull it together? They didn't look so good for the first few points. the game did start in this chapter, and the first few points they were a mess. Hopefully they can pull it together. The author mentioned in this chapter again that this is going to be a best of 5 match, so they have to win 3 sets, which sort of tells me this is going to go all 5 sets. We are in for a long match here. I don't think there will be any sort of time lapse chapters. I think detail of every single moment, and I almost want to wait like a month or two or just however long and just read all the chapters together, because then it would be more exciting. I can get an end, but I don't know. Every week I want some more Haikyuu, so we'll see what I do. So lastly, last thing I want to say, just a little announcement. Next week, Black Clover is going to return in the American Shonen Jump, so I will be able to review that because I loved Black Clover. So the Black Clover won the Jumpstart thing, as you remember from some of my earlier videos. So next week, Black Clover will be the featured series on here, and I hope you guys keep watching my videos because I have a lot of fun making them. And boom.